Good afternoon, everyone. We're down here at the Las Vegas Federal Courthouse. We had another long day today. Sorry about missing the noon update. There was a lot of interesting stuff happening, but a lot of boring stuff again. Pretty much we went through another 100+ jurors today. We sent a lot of the jurors home because they were either had health issues, they had financial issues. So there's a lot of reasons why a lot of the jurors got sent home, but we concentrated on a good 10+ jurors today that either the prosecution wanted to keep or that the defense team wanted to keep. And so those decisions haven't quite been made yet, but we had some very interesting questions that came from these jurors, things that we were trying to figure out if we're going to keep these jurors or send these jurors home. We copied all over yesterday because it was a brand new set of jurors. So everything we heard yesterday except a few of these questions were the same. We know we have 1,145 witnesses on the witness list, and they read off them 1,145 names all over again to these new potential jurors. And so a lot of that stuff is just over and over again copying it. But the questions themselves are what we are finding interesting in these jurors. There are multiple potential jurors that have heard about this case, which should have been obvious after such a long time. It being on the news, pamphlets being sent out to people in Nevada and stuff. There's law students that are following the case that are potential jurors. We have correctional officers that are on this potential jurors. We have other government employees that are on the potential jurors here. And one of the jurors even mentioned the Uranium One deal and the refuge in Oregon, and that he thought a lot of this stuff should be investigated and looked into more. So there's a lot of information that we're getting. I'm looking at my notes here, trying to get some of the most interesting things here. One of the jurors that were potential jurors that was asked a lot of questions of, the judge even stopped one of the defense lawyers from asking that juror questions for momentarily, why she started questioning that juror, asking that juror questions to see if she could find bias in that juror, because she was not happy with the questions that juror was answering. And she started asking that juror, well, is it not that, can you be honest with me, but will you follow my orders? And the juror said, yes, I've said that all along. I can follow the orders. And she kept asking him again, over and over again, I want you to answer me honestly and correctly. Not that you can be honest. I don't care if you can be honest, she says. I want to know if you will follow my orders and just do exactly what I say.
He told her his integrity is there.
He said, you're questioning my integrity. My integrity's here. That he got kind of upset with the judge and says, you're questioning my integrity. I've told you over and over again. I've told the prosecutor. I've told the defense lawyer that I can follow orders and I can judge this case honestly. And the judge was not happy with his answers yet. So we don't know the outcome of that juror, if that juror is going to be kept or not. But that juror was definitely was a well-educated juror, a juror that had information and wanted to find out the truth for sure. And let's see here. There was another juror that had issues with the cattle being killed. And she remembered somewhat of the helicopters chasing the cattle and the BLM chasing horses and killing them. She said that was very disturbing to her, that in this day and time that we had a BLM that would abuse animals to that sense, and nothing should be done, has been done about it. We had one juror, the correction officer, said that he considered these men guilty automatically just because they were charged. He's a correctional officer for 25 years. He bowls and has outings with other correctional officers, and that he did not see, and he said this on record, he did not see these men as innocent. He's seen them as being charged and guilty, and that he was biased. And the prosecution still wanted to keep this potential juror on as a juror. And we still have not found out the answer, whether that juror is going to be dismissed or not. So that's a little bit of the update of some of the jurors we had here. We had, give me just a moment here. We had a couple of jurors that were sick today, that were having health issues. And the defense team wanted just to let these jurors go right away because they were needing medication. But the judge kept them longer and kept questioning them, trying to feel, do you have a fever? How long have you had this fever? Are you, have you had medication today? How often do you take medication? And she, instead of just releasing the juror because they was sick, she just kept asking them questions over and over again, trying to determine if they was actually sick, I guess, or not. But finally, she did dismiss those two potential jurors from being jurors here and sent them home. One of the things that the defense team brought up first thing this morning is that there were multiple jurors that did not show up, that were on the list and were supposed to be here yesterday and today both, and these jurors did not show up for jury duty. And the judge just automatically dismissed them and sent them home. And so there was some argument about that, why they got sent home with the without the defense agreeing to it, and the defense had objected to it. So before it was all over with, the judge revisited that and decided to bring some of these jurors in to find out exactly what the case was and why they were sent home when they should not have been. So tomorrow we're going to do the same thing over again. We're going to bring in more potential jurors and possibly bring in some of the jurors from Monday. We will decide hopefully sometime on Wednesday or Thursday if we can get a full 12 jurors seated in this case, and hopefully by Monday we can bring in with opening arguments from the prosecution. So that's pretty much what went on today. That's we will hopefully have you more information tomorrow. I appreciate you guys joining in, letting us know what's going on, and just keep praying for us down here. Come down here and support us if you can, and we will be down here every day until we get this trial over with. Thanks again, and God bless everybody.
Don't forget to ask for money.
What do you push there?
PayPal me. PayPal me.
It's right over there, yeah.